You my new best friend that I don't know. Wherever you go, I'ma follow. I was get stopped by the cops, so green in the pockets, it's not no danger. Follow.
Good morning, Trojans. Today's date is May 13th, and it is a B-Day.
The quote of the day today is from Michelle Obama. Success isn't about how much money you make, but the difference you make in people's lives.
For Teleprompter, this is important. If you are taking AP Literature or in Composition as a senior next year, pick up the summer assignment from Miss Smith in C3 on Wednesday, May 15th, or Thursday, May 16th during lunch. If you are still waiting to see if you are in English 1A or B at the JC, please also come by to pick up the assignment. And joke's on you if you don't end up taking either of the JC classes. You'll still have to do the assignment.
The library is currently closed for AP testing until the 17th and will again close for textbook return on May 20th through 28th and finals. You will not be able to use the library printer during this time, so be sure to print all your work at home or at the public library.
Sports with Griffin Epstein. Sports.
Another wonder goal! Oh my goodness!
Petaluma. Saturday was the NCS Redwood Empire Track and Field Championships at Maria Carrillo High School. Let's roll those highlights of what was a long and fun day. Top 7 in each event moved on to the meet of champions, and Sydney Dennis stole everyone's attention early in the day. In her best event, the triple jump, she would have 3 jumps, and out of these 3 set the school record in the triple jump with a spectacular jump, 37 feet, 5 inches, breaking Maggie that all the way back in 2002. It also set a meet record and puts her on track to qualify for the state meet. In the 100 hurdles, she would finish 5th with this great performance here. She also raced well in the 300 hurdles, also placing 5th, as Dennis had a long and exhausting day, but proving herself as maybe the best athlete in all of Sonoma County. Tony Mokel had a big day as well. He was the only boy to qualify for the meet of champions on this jump. In the triple jump, he would place 6th and moves on to Pleasant Hill next week. Savannah Engler in the pole vault. This jump, 10 feet 8 inches, the 14th best pole vault in Redwood Empire history, would move her on to next weekend. And let's hear the call on the 100-meter dash with Kayleigh Sullivan.
Start for Sullivan. She's chugging ahead. This is going to be tight to the end. Sullivan pushing ahead down the outside. Sullivan looked like she finished second. My goodness. Kayleigh Sullivan.
Wow, Sullivan finished 3rd, a Petaluma record, and the 13th best 100-meter dash time in Redwood Empire history. Engler, Sullivan, Mokel, and Dennis all moving on next weekend to the NCS Meet of Champions after spectacular performances on Saturday. If you missed any of it, the full meet is up on our YouTube channel. And after the softball team beat rival Casa a few weeks ago, we talked with pitcher Mandy O'Keefe after a complete game shutout victory.
What a game for you. Just describe your emotions right now.
I mean, I was excited going into it, and it's our rival, so we have to keep energy up, and it's just exciting to play them.
Complete game shutout. I think only 3 hits given up in a 1-0 game that was all about pitching. How were you able to push through against some really good bats in such a big moment with an exceptional performance?
Well, since they're in the, I've played with them for years, so I mean, I know what they can and can't hit, so that's a huge advantage, and I know I have defense behind me, so if they do hit a pitch, I trust we can get it.
Petaluma softball's been dominant against Casa of late. This is now the 11th victory in the last 12 times you guys have played. How much does it mean to defeat Casa Grande?
It means a lot, and to keep it going every year, it's really great.
You've had an up and down in your pitching. There's been some really good teams you've faced and some rough patches. How have you kept your head up and been able to have your best performance of the season this afternoon?
My teammates, really, they always pick me up. They're always cheering, rooting me on, and it helps a lot.
And also in NCS, but turning to badminton, where the Trojans traveled to Piner in what would be the final games of their season. Going up against the best of the Bay Area was a stiff challenge for the VVAL champions, but there were some very impressive performances against some extraordinary elite badminton players. That included the boys' doubles teams of Cole Yan and Cole Stremlau, along with Mikey Ayala and Anton Horvath, both making the quarterfinals before they were eliminated. Penny Reynolds and Marissa Temple also got a match victory before they were eliminated. A spectacular season for Petaluma Badminton ended Saturday, but we will not forget their incredible run to a VVAL championship. That's all for sports today, and let's head back to the anchor desk.
Griffin, in other sports news, spring practice for football starts today. If you are interested at all in playing football, come out and see what it is all about. All you need is black shorts and a purple shirt, as it is non-contact and will be lots of fun. Hope to see you there.
If you have purchased your cap and gown for graduation, you can pick them up on Wednesday, May 15th, and the whole day in the quad. If you still have not bought anything, you can purchase everything you need on the same day, May 15th, for $50 only in cash in the Jostens tent.
If you are planning on attending prom, your last day to buy tickets is on May 16th for $95. It's going to be lots of fun and the perfect way to end your senior year.
Earlier in the year, a Trojan Live correspondent made 2 very special videos. Here is how it was done.
On September 14th, 2018, Drake Bell did a performance at the Mystic Theater. I was aware of that for about a week or so before the performance. I was talking to my classmates in my broadcast journalism class, and we were joking about whether or not we could actually get an interview with him. I thought that was very possible, so I thought I could maybe pursue it. How I did that was I tried getting in connections with the venue manager at the Mystic Theater. It ended up going pretty well. I had found her there about a couple of days before the performance, and she did not seem too thrilled. I had introduced her the idea of us potentially interviewing her, and she said the chances were slim to none. However, I could just let the people at the front door know that I was interested in interviewing Drake Bell before the performance, and they could see what they could do. The day of the show comes up, I'd grabbed enough tickets for me and a good portion of our broadcast journalism class to go and attend. To our avail, we appeared at, I think, about like an hour or so before the show. 5 or 6 people didn't show up for their VIP tickets. So the venue manager told us we could pose as VIP, walk right into the venue, talk and ask Drake Bell politely for an interview. When we asked him for the interview, he seemed very chill about it, like how he is in other interviews typically as well. Drake Bell is a very chill person, and I was very thankful that I could get to interview him. On September 29th, 2018, Chief Keef was to do a live performance at the Phoenix Theater, only 2 weeks after the Drake Bell performance. I really wanted to do an interview with Chief Keef. I thought that was going to be significantly easier because I already knew Tom Gaffey. Tom Gaffey is the venue manager at the Phoenix Theater. I went to talk to Tom about it, and he said that I could do the interview on one condition, that as soon as I got into the green room where Chief Keef would be after the show, I'd be on my own. I called it a deal. On the day of the Chief Keef performance, I spent about 6 hours outside of the venue. I had spent time talking with the openers and talking with really whoever I could that was related to the show. I made a connection with a security guard right outside the building. He asked me what I was doing outside. I had told him exactly what I was doing, trying to get an interview for my high school. He said it was a great idea and that he would do anything in his power to get me that interview. After Chief Keef finished his performance after arriving about 2.5 hours late to only perform for 20 minutes, Chief Keef returned to the green room. As soon as he headed to the green room, I ran for Tom and asked him if he could take me to the green room. He said it was fine. He pulled me into the green room and left me there. However, as soon as I walked through those doors, I looked to the left of me, and there he is, the security guard from earlier. I didn't even have to say anything to him, and he walked right up to me and knew what I was about to ask. The security guard walks me right up to Chief Keef, and then I ask Chief Keef for the interview. Chief Keef tells me, "Interview? I don't know about no interview." I tell him, "Please, sir, it's for my high school." He tells me, "How many questions?" I tell Chief Keef, "Only 2 questions." Chief Keef says, "Alright, I'll give you 3 questions." Little did Chief Keef know, I actually had 3 questions. I did the interview with him without turning his mic on and left. Not to mention, I did that entire interview and that entire setup all by myself. Both of these interviews each had extensive research done behind them. And by that I mean I spent the entire night before listening to their entire discography and looking at other interviews that they did. I was trying my best to find questions that they aren't asked very often and questions they really haven't been asked before. When you want something, you should reach for it. Even if it seems out of reach or unachievable, reach as far as you can to achieve what you want to achieve. My name is Bo Miller, and thank you.
Dang, Dad, that was a tight video.
That's all for today. Tune in tomorrow and
Make it a great day.
Is that what you didn't tell Knox?
Yes.
If I gave away all the stuff that I had away, and I'll never express myself, and I'll always expect some pain coming out of my shoulder, gash in the middle of my
Like a local school. Yeah, do it. All right, cool.
Big gray pushing over when I know what I could do. I listen up into you. I hope that you see me grow. I want to see you